You are now listening to Can't Feel the Heat, the unofficial podcast about the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. Our mission is to explore the complexities of Coachella, covering the news, music, artists, technology, and business of the festival. Please rate us on Apple Podcasts and subscribe on all of your favorite platforms. Follow us on Instagram at Can't Feel the Heat and check out our website at www.can'tfeeltheheat.com. Can't Feel the Heat is hosted by Tom Nash and Vanessa Franko.
Welcome back to Can't Feel the Heat. I am the host, Tom Nash. Our co-host is Vanessa Franko. How's it going, Vanessa?
Hey, Happy New Year. It's so exciting. Here we are, Coachella 2022.
Happy New Year. And our guest today is Caleb Aldrich. He is a Coachella superfan. Caleb is getting ready to go to his 20th weekend of Coachella. Welcome, Caleb.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about this weekend, this 20th Coachella weekend I'm going to be going to. I'm excited.
The lineup is out. Let's talk about the lineup, starting with Vanessa. Vanessa, what do you think?
Big, well, it's big, but lots of big changes, right? So the last time we were all together, we were all under the impression that Frank Ocean was coming back in 2023, but we would be seeing Travis Scott and Rage Against the Machine at the Polo Fields whenever Coachella came back. Well, we know what happened with Travis Scott, absolutely terrible, horrendous event at Astroworld. So you figured once that happened, he wasn't going to be on it. But I was under the impression that Rage was coming back until, I don't know, a couple weeks ago when the rumors started flying. And suddenly Rage was out and Kanye and Billie Eilish were in, or I'm sorry, Ye. He's just going by Ye now. The artist formerly known as Kanye West. And then, Yay for Ye. Sure, we'll go with that. And then yesterday, like the day the lineup comes out, everyone starts talking about Harry Styles. And I am so excited for Harry Styles. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I'm on Team Harry Styles all the way. Harry Styles is great. He's bringing something great to this. And it's kind of the closest we're getting to a band, really, because his music has so much instrumentation in it. So bring it. Bring it Friday night. Friday night vibes.
I think he's going to be so much fun. I feel like in some ways he's a modern day George Michael, right? Because he was in this like very popular teen band with One Direction. And it's like, he's got an incredible voice. He's writing these great songs. I mean, he doesn't really sound like George Michael. I don't think, and you know, Caleb and I, we were talking about it. He's got very much that like Bowie, Elton John kind of vibe. Like if you love 70s androgyny, this is the set for you.
I really do kind of want to implore all these people who I think maybe are hating on Harry Styles without giving him a proper listen or maybe just knowing one song of his. Like give Fine Line a listen. It was a fantastic record, album. It feels like I'm in the Mediterranean coast on a yacht drinking nice wine and just like enjoying sophisticated vibes and dancing and singing along and having heartbreak. It's a great album. It's going to be a great night.
I really love that visual. That does sum up. And I think that's going to transfer so well to the desert, right? Like, I mean, I feel like I may not be able to be on a super yacht drinking wine, but I can be watching the beautiful sunset and then getting ready for Harrychella, as the people are saying on Twitter. #Harrychella.
Do you guys think it'll be a big draw? Is it anywhere near the other two? Is he like a level down, do you think?
No, I think he's a level up.
Yes. Was he kind of like Ariana Grande? Is that a fair?
No.
You think he's right up there with Kanye and Billie Eilish?
I think he's bigger than Kanye, maybe not as big as Billie. Billie's going to be interesting because she has like 2 or 3 sold out dates at the Forum like a week or two before Coachella. So I don't know how much crossover there is of people who already had tickets for her Forum show and now she's playing Coachella. Yeah. And I mean, she's got that huge national tour. So I think Harry could be the biggest draw of the weekend.
He just did, he did some Forum dates last year and they were sold out. And I was just curious, I was entertaining, maybe I'll go to this. And resale value I've never seen anything like it. They were so expensive. So high. So I think he's got a really big demand.
I think you're right. And I think all these people who are like, I'm not going because Rage isn't going to be there. I think like the Harry Styles fan, like people are going to snatch those tickets up.
It is kind of an interesting swap, Rage for Harry. But I mean, I don't know what you're going to get to fill that Rage void. Maybe Ye is the Rage void. I don't know. It's the closest we're getting.
Yeah, I mean, he's raging against things.
There's Rage. Sure. There's Rage. That's for sure.
That's right.
Okay, can I be really honest? Like, do we think he's going to show?
Oh,
like,
I was just going to ask
he's
that.
Going to be. Yeah.
Like, do they have a backup?
Worried.
Do they have a backup already?
The Swedish House Mafia.
That's why they have Swedish House Mafia just floating, just in case. Could be any day. Special guest star Swedish House Mafia here, ready to step in at any point. I mean, possibly. I heard rumors that Swedish House Mafia was going to play Friday night after Harry. Have you heard of that? Have you heard that? That was on the Discord.
I've heard that, and it makes sense, right? I think it totally makes sense because think about the last time that Swedish House Mafia was there. I want to say it was either after the Black Keys.
It was the Black Keys.
Yeah, Black Keys. And that was when they were huge. So I think the Swedish House Mafia is interesting because, you know, when they announced their reunion tour, and that's when Coachella even teased that they were coming, but it wasn't really like those dates sold out immediately. So I kind of feel like, yeah, maybe they're kind of the reason that they're there floating on the lineup is that they're going to slot in when something crazy inevitably happens. But I also think, you know, Kanye just did this big show at the Coliseum in LA with Drake, and that was really well received. So
do you know if that's still available? Or that was like a live stream, right?
Yeah, it was.
I know.
On
was
Amazon?
it a live stream too?
I think they put it up on something.
Okay, we'll check that out.
Yeah, so Swedish House Mafia could fill in for Ye. He could, as of today, there's already like reports that he might be in trouble. So every day, I'm guessing, any day is a good day for Ye to get in trouble.
Okay, for our listeners who also are fans of the NFL, I kind of feel like Golden Voice booking Kanye was like Tampa Bay Buccaneers signing Antonio Brown. It's like he's very talented, but he's a bit of a wild card, and he like something might go horribly, horribly awry. And if like Antonio Brown like left a game a couple weeks ago in like epic fashion, he's like stripping like on the like sidelines and he's just like, I'm gone. And I'm like, I could see Ye doing that at Coachella and that being part of the show.
He should bring out Antonio Brown. That'd be awesome.
I could see that happening. Maybe he'll be at Sunday service because they're talking about Ye coming back with Sunday service.
You know, it's kind of interesting because I do think about how Ye kind of, or Kanye West at the time, came in and bailed out Golden Voice when Frank Ocean dropped out at FYF. It was like the weekend of, and suddenly Kanye West came in and filled in for him. I'll admit, an amazing replacement. He was fire at FYF that year. So I think it's kind of interesting that now here he is again, kind of popping back up. Maybe, you know, maybe he's going to come through for Golden Voice again.
It's also like a failed presidential run later. Right? Like, I mean, that's just weird. Like, the world has changed.
Yeah.
Like, the world has changed so much even since we were talking about the 2020 lineup. Like, if you had told me that Ye was going to be there in 2020, I would have been like, yeah, that totally makes sense. And now I'm like, wait a minute, like we've been in a pandemic. He ran for president unsuccessfully. Like, I mean, I don't think if I had been in a coma for the last 2 years, I would not understand any of what's happening right now.
Yeah. Is he going to bring Donald Trump on stage? I mean, is that the kind of insanity that we can expect? I don't know. I don't know that I'll be there.
I don't know. And does he bring out? Because I mean, but when he did the listening parties, he got a lot of heat because he brought out Da Baby, who was on the 2020 lineup and is now not on the lineup, and Marilyn Manson. So I find the booking odd, but I also feel like if Kanye, he's a visionary, right? Like he wants to do so many different things, like the Sunday service and bringing that to the campgrounds in 2019 was big. So I think that if we get good Ye, we could get a really incredible performance. I just feel like he's a bit of a wild card, shall we say, right now.
He's a wild card. You're absolutely right.
You're absolutely right. And the production value, I think that's where it could set him apart, is the visionary aspect. Like you said, Vanessa, can he come up with something that's going to be a game changer for a headliner at Coachella? You kind of get the sense that he is slipping, right? This could be a huge comeback for him. He's got a lot on the table, so let's see it.
It's kind of fascinating that Kanye West is sort of the veteran, the old school person on this lineup, you know, with Billie and Harry.
That is.
Definitely.
Yeah, right? Like he's kind of the elder statesman of the Coachella headliners.
And, you know, when you think about it, like he played, you know, in the afternoon, right? It totally fits that pattern of the Coachella artist who played in the daytime when like nobody really knew who they were and just kept climbing up the ranks. I mean, I think the thing that's like more interesting to me is that it's weird that the last time he headlined was in 2011. Like that's weird to me. It's like you would have thought Kanye would have been in there at some other point as a headliner.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was the only time they ever had two headliners on a day. right? Because it was him and the Strokes.
No, they
No.
had also Blur and the Stone Roses.
You're right. Yes, you're right. So, yeah. Well, he's moving on up, that Kanye. I get her. Yay, I guess.
It's going to be weird. I feel
One to
bad.
watch.
I'm sorry, Kanye, if you're listening. One to watch, not yay.
So other than the headliners, Vanessa, I know you had a chance to really dig in and crunch the numbers on the lineup. What did you find?
Okay, shout out to Charlie Vargas, our newest reporter on the team, because of the 178 artists announced for 2022, it looks like 108 of them were on the 2020 poster. So that's like, that evens out to just over 60%. Ooh. And the 2020 poster had 175 artists. So they're actually, like, most of the lineup, more than half of it is coming back, which is a huge feat considering, 2 years in a pandemic and a Kanye presidential run have taken place since we last got the Coachella lineup. So that's pretty exciting. And some of the biggest names returning. You've got Megan Thee Stallion's coming back. She's way bigger than she was when she was going to be there in 2020. And same thing with Doja Cat.
Doja Cat's second on the lineup now. She really moved up from that third row. Go Doja.
Yeah. She's great. And Danny Elfman is coming back again. And we've talked about Danny Elfman a lot on the pod. He's in Oingo Boingo. He did The Nightmare Before Christmas. I really think that's still going to be that Hans Zimmer kind of set where everyone's going to be there and it's going to be some kind of magic. We just don't know what the magic is yet.
I'm worried it might just be too creepy for my vibes. I've seen some of his stuff that came out around Halloween. Do you know what I'm talking about, Vanessa?
Yeah, I could see that.
It was I don't know, it was kind of horror influenced.
Yeah. Beetlejuice, Batman, Batman Returns, Darkman, all those.
Does he play the Simpsons theme? That would be pretty great.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
But but you're right. His original music, it's more if you were into 9 Inch Nails, you're probably going to like it. But also Oingo Boingo was so big in, new wave music and especially here in Southern California. So then if he busts out Dead Man's Party, who knows? I want to go to that just because I have no idea what he's actually going to do. But I'm glad that he's back. I was worried that he was going to fall off the lineup. And our girl, Rae Jepsen, we're all excited that she's coming back.
We all really are.
Yes, call me maybe. Please, definitely.
And those two things balance each other out, right? If you're seeing the weird creepiness of Danny Elfman, hopefully that's back to back with Rae Jepsen. That's how I like to roll.
Okay. And we still get Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels is coming back. LP and Killer Mike.
Yes.
Very excited about that. So, there's a lot of crossover. And those are just the big names, right? If you keep going further down, you can see all of the people who are there. Now, there are some other notable names missing from 2020. Okay. So the big one, I think the biggest one is Lil Nas X, followed by Lana Del Rey. Those are two. And Calvin Harris, who would formerly headline, he's now just MIA. I don't know. Maybe somebody should check on him. I hope he's okay. I don't know where he is.
Tom York is another one.
Tom York as well.
FKA Twigs.
And I thought we were going to get his new band, The Smile, but they're not
no
there.
No smile for us.
Yeah, me too.
No smile.
No, yeah, just frowny faces. Rex Orange County, Lil Uzi Vert. They're definitely some that I really thought would be there. I thought Lil Nas X, was huge. He had such a big year. And I thought, man, for sure, with Montero, how epic would that be? I thought, heck, maybe they're going to promote him to headliner.
Oh. Yeah.
But, that would have been an epic set. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, me
happen.
too.
So,
yes.
One other thing that I did notice that two things that are on the poster, 88 Rising and The Head in the Clouds, they are back. So 88 Rising, big collective. They really focus on Asian artists and Asian American artists. They did the Head in the Clouds Festival with Golden Voice in Pasadena in November. Their artists were on last year and this year. I know Joji's on there, Rich Brian, Nikki. Those are just some of the ones that jumped right out at me. And also on the visual arts side, it looks like everybody's the same. So New Substance, that's Spectre, the big giant rainbow tower we've all gone in at this point. So I think that a lot of that kind of stuff is still staying the same. And as we know, our friends at the Do Lab are back, because what is Coachella if there is no Do Lab?
True. Can't do Coachella without the Do Lab.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where things go. Who are you guys the most excited to see?
I'm really excited to see Hot Chip, Japanese Breakfast, La Imperatrice, Caribou, Lane 8, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Run the Jewels, Phineas, Vince Staples, Disclosure, Phoebe Bridgers, Jamie XX. There's some K-pop, hip-hop, Epic High.
Yes.
Stallion, I heard really good things about. I was checking that out today. And then also an up-and-coming young singer-songwriter named B. Bed...
Do it. Say it. Come on.
B. Bed Obi?
Be bad do be.
Beabadoobie?
There we go.
Beabadoobie.
I was listening to her earlier. It's nice chill music. And the Marias, that's a new one I checked out today.
Yeah.
Marias are good vibes.
Kind of like Krung Bin vibes. That's going to play really well in the field.
Yeah.
If you like the Marias, definitely check out the Regrets.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. I met one of the women from Regrets once at, what's it called, NAMM?
Yeah.
The music industry trade show thing. And it's cool to see. They were just hanging out at some booth or whatever. I've talked to them for a while. It's cool to see that she's playing Coachella now.
Yeah. Yeah. On my end, I'm so excited to see Arlo Parks. That is someone that I was so hoping was going to be on this lineup. She's one of my favorite albums of last year. That's going to be great out there. Isaiah Rashad as well, another one of my favorite artists of last year. Some just amazing hip hop. And the City Girls, I have been obsessed with City Girls for a while now, and I'm dying to see them. So
I want to go to that with you so bad.
okay, come weekend one. Let's go to the City Girls.
Is that bad for me to think that's funny that I want to go to the City Girls with you?
That is me in my element. I love hip hop at a music festival. It is like one of my favorite things to see. But also something like Floating Points is the other side of the spectrum for me. I love Floating Points. Dixon is doing this interesting thing this year where he's got like an orchestra, it seems, or I don't know. He's taking a new approach to his music, so I'm really interested in seeing what that's like. And also, you mentioned Solomon, who put out an album this past year, and I, also like Purple Disco Machine. I love Purple Disco Machine.
Purple Disco Machine.
Yeah.
Shout out to our guest Justin Cohen, who we had on this summer, who got me listening to them, and I can see a huge buzz online, and so many people are excited to see Purple Disco Machine. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's why I love doing this podcast. Is you really get to know some of these acts and, get to know them when they are now released on the lineup. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Purple Disco Machine, right? It's a guy. And I saw him in December and I was like, Coachella is definitely going to book this guy. This is Coachella. Like, this vibe is perfect for Coachella. Purple Disco Machine and Solomon and Black Coffee all put out like their debut albums or, like actual albums of their music. They're mostly known for their DJ sets and their remixes, but here they are putting out their original works. So it's kind of exciting to see all three of them on the lineup this year, seeing what they're going to be doing. And then, other amazing like dance acts like Art Bat and the Martinez brothers are going to be here. Caribou's alter ego Daphne's on that lineup. That's always fun. His disco style is always can't miss, in my opinion. Richie Houghton's coming back. That's really exciting. So there's just a lot of great dance music, I love to go to Coachella and just shake this beautiful butt of mine out there. We got Jamie XX, I see on Sunday. Yeah, y'all know it's beautiful. Jamie XX, like I just can see that outdoors closing set for him right already, like Justice had, Gesaffelstein had, I think Pretty Lights had that one year. So it's just like put that Sunday night, end the weekend before you go to Ye or whatever you're going to end your weekend with. But Jamie XX feels like a great kind of end of the weekend vibe. And then Fred again. I don't know if you've listened to Fred again, but Fred again really had a big year last year. I think really connected with a lot of people. And I was so glad to see him on this lineup because his, emotional, thoughtful dance music really, I think, helped a lot of people get through the pandemic. And he just grew really a huge fan base. So that's going to be something to watch.
I've seen a lot of buzz around him as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a set that explodes pretty much. He's on his way to exploding. Plus, we got Kim Petras, I'm glad she's back. She's bringing all kinds of great queer dance vibes. And Duck Sauce is another one I was super excited to see. But I think the one that I'm most excited to see, because I missed him last time, and it's all I ever heard about, was Stromae returning to the field.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have not listened to his new, I know he's got a new record coming out and I haven't heard it yet, but that was one of the most insane sets I saw that year. I was we were talking about it a little bit yesterday and I kind of described, because he's kind of a singer, he's kind of a rapper, he's from Belgium. And it's kind of like Michael Jackson doing when he would do the lean, but meets Lurch from the Addams Family. The dancing was just so I can't really describe it. It was wild. It was really, really fun. So I am glad that he was added to it because I'm that's going to be a set that you need to go see the visuals for, definitely.
Yeah, he's a real visual artist, right? I guess his visuals were just insane last time. So that should be fun. That should be another kind of can't miss. When you look at Coachella and you kind of find those special things on the lineup. Danny Elfman and Stromae kind of jump out to me as those like, hey, this is what's setting Coachella apart from the other music festivals. They're still doing that kind of stuff. And also just like looking at the international stuff here, you really don't see that at other music festivals. And I think Coachella deserves to get some credit for how international they are and how far they're going here.
Absolutely.
It's like you look up some of these artists that you haven't heard of, and so many of them are from other countries. It's really fun. I really enjoy that, especially, got some very high level second line Spanish speaking acts. Grupo Firme, Karol G's a reggaeton artist. Banda MS on the second line. Anita, I think, is from Brazil, right? So that's cool. Yeah. Probably the highest Brazilian act we've ever had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's great. It's super international. So,
and the band that just won Eurovision, Maneskin, I actually don't know how you pronounce it. Like, they're on the third line. They are added. They're like the Italian like glam rock band, which I'm there for.
That's who Maneskin is.
Yeah, they're the ones who just won Eurovision.
Sing the song, Vanessa.
No, thank you. Our listeners will have to come back for another episode for that to happen.
I saw a band playing it, I think, at the Rose Bowl parade or Rose Parade. Okay. So it's like they're big. They're in the Rose Parade.
We love that.
You're either in the Rose Parade on your way up in your career or like on the backside of your career. So they're on the way up. So that's good.
Oh man.
There's a lot of up and coming artists. Like, one of the things that I saw that like caught my eye is that there were a lot of people who just played Viva Pomona. And Viva Pomona is the festival. Rene Contreras, who he does Cella, the community concert, and he's the man behind the Sonora tent. So like I saw Gene Dawson's on there, iDress is on there. Like Omar Apollo had played Viva Pomona in the past, Kuko, two people who've gotten like much bigger. Yeah. But so that's kind of been my place to like, okay, what's the next wave that's coming up? So I noticed those. I am so excited for Yola.
Yes. Yes.
She's amazing. Like, I was pumped that she was on Stagecoach because I was like, okay, great. I'm excited. Yeah, she's playing Stagecoach. Can't wait. I saw her at Ohana and she was better than Pearl Jam. And I really love Pearl Jam. I love this stuff, but I'd never seen her and she blew me away. If you haven't heard her, I kind of think like you can't really pigeonhole her. I think she's somewhere between Sharon Jones with the vocals and Brandi Carlile. And she's teamed up with Brandi Carlile before. So it's like soul. It is also alt country. It's awesome. So I'm so, so excited that she's coming. Like you mentioned Arlo Parks, like somebody else too. I'm so glad was added to the lineup. You know me, I love my guitars. So Idols, I'm so happy that they're back because they released their new record. Got to see Turnstile. I just found out they're from Baltimore, like me. I didn't know that they were from Baltimore, but I'm like, I go represent the people from Baltimore. Somebody else that I was super excited to see added is Giveon, who is local to Southern California. That one should be really good. He's just like getting bigger. And it's going to be, I'm excited. I also she was on lineup before, but now I want to know more. I want to know about Mariah the Scientist because I'm just imagining a Mariah Carey impersonator dressed in a lab coat, which I am sure is not what it is at all.
Could be.
I mean, it would be pretty great. I'm just like, that just sounds weird. Like that, but that's what I love about Coachella, right? Like, we don't know most of the people, and we kind of joke about this, right? Every year the Coachella lineup comes out, I feel even older. But I've been saying that every year. There are people, you never know the people on the bottom lines. That's what Coachella is so good at, is putting these people that you don't know who could be the next Doja Cat, right? So, but I don't know now, but in April, I might. I hope I will.
Yeah. You're gonna know. We're gonna do the work. We're gonna do the due diligence.
We're gonna talk about it on the podcast too.
That's right. We're gonna find them. We're gonna highlight them, spotlight them. I mean, I know just some of the lower. Ella Minus is someone that I really love. I think she's really interesting. And Jada G has been one to watch for a while. She's been climbing the DJ ranks. So there's and Mannequin Pussy has been around forever, right? Am I wrong? Yeah. So I see them at the bottom of the lineup too. That's lots of exciting stuff there. Sampa the Great. Another great hip hop. So
it's gonna be good. Okay, here's my question for you. How do you guys when you see the lineup come out? Do you just immediately go to Spotify and just start looking? Like, what is the method to your madness when you are going and learning the people you don't know on the lineup?
Ooh. Okay, I've got a good tip: is start backwards, like go to the bottom on Sunday, because you figure like Friday and Saturday you're gonna still be like so excited to be there that like it's gonna be, you're gonna have so much energy, and you know, any smaller line acts are gonna be amazing. But on Sunday, do that extra work, get really into the full lineup, so you're like have something to look forward to, that you did like that extra work and you're paid off at the end of the festival on Sunday. Go out on a high note.
That's smart.
I like that.
I like that.
I pretty much guarantee you that I don't get there early on Sunday. I know I get there early on Friday. I know myself. I know by Sunday I'm dragging, but I do see Yola and Channel Trace down at the bottom of Sunday, and those are two, you know, musts for me. So I know I'm going to try to get there for them. So I know that'll happen, but I just work my way through. I just go through and I just start listening to them. And I think this is like old school, but I think a lot of people do this where they go through and they like highlight in the color coding, like, oh, I like this one, interested in this one, not into this one. And then you can come back and go deeper into them, right?
Yeah. It was
Wait,
really
so
funny.
you actually print it?
Maybe.
Well, no, you know what? It's funny. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and they're coming down from the Bay Area with a bunch of their friends, and they've got a whole spreadsheet where they put everybody in there, and everybody gives like ratings on like 1 to 5 stars on if they like it or not. And it looks like it might have been color coded too. And I'm like, you're my kind of people. That's what I'm into. Like, and I like to, for some reason, I always go alphabetically, but I think I'm going to use your tip, Tom, and go from like Sunday, go backwards for a change.
Smart. I like it.
I'm into it.
Thank you. Do it.
Tom showing us the way.
I like it.
So it's been really fun talking about the lineup, which just came out yesterday. So obviously we're going to really get the podcast in high gear and do a bunch more episodes before the festival comes out. So let's wrap it up for today. What do you think, Vanessa?
Well, everybody, it's so good to be back. Can't wait to talk more and more about what we're going to see here this year. You can follow us at Can't Feel the Heat on Instagram and on Twitter. And you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening to us right now. Could be Spotify, could be Apple, Stitcher. We're on all of the places. Remember to like us, subscribe, leave us a message. We do read them, and have a great time. Can't wait to see you guys next week.
You have just listened to Can't Feel the Heat, the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival unofficial podcast. Please rate us on Apple Podcasts and subscribe on all of your favorite platforms. Follow us on Instagram at Can't Feel the Heat, and check out our website at www.can'tfeeltheheat.com.